Welcome to Totally Mackinac Island podcast. Learn all you need to know about this quaint island located on the crystal blue waters of Lake Huron. Find out all you need to know from a tourist for the tourist. Hello, and welcome to Totally Mackinac Island podcast. I am your host, Heather. I hope everyone is staying warm and is bundled up and safe. I know we've been getting quite a bit of freezing cold and snow here. So, to my knowledge, I've not seen that the Mackinac Bridge, oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. The ice bridge, thank you, has formed for Mackinac right now on Lake Huron. I look for that probably to happen. So, lot to cover today. We're going to get right into it. First and foremost, something very exciting for Neil and I that happened. If you are not aware, there is a new way for you to get continuing information about Mackinac Island. And guess what? It's free. It is called the Mackinac Island Free Press. Okay. And I came across this in the fall and reached out, and they were so nice and said that they're a fan of the podcast. So yes, I am working on getting them on the show. But one of the things that they did is they wanted to do a Love on Mackinac series presented by the Island House Hotel, which the Island House is doing a very special spring Island House welcoming couples back to Mackinac Island for Once Upon an Island, a weekend dedicated to celebrating the love stories that began and continued on Mackinac Island. So I, of course, felt I needed to enter our love story because we got engaged there. And I wasn't expecting any kind of favoritism or anything because of the podcast. I just actually really wanted to share it. And we were chosen as the first one of them talking about couples on the island. I'm excited to see as they continue which other ones they are. But first, let me tell you what they have before I go into the article, what they have on their page so you can get an idea of some of the stuff that they write about. All right. So this just launched in January 2026, and already they've got some great articles on here. For example, finding connection on Mackinac Island. Oh, guess what, guys? Blanche is back. She's coming to say hello. She really does not like it if I am on the podcast. This is how Mackinac Connect is helping island workers feel at home. St. Anne's Church comes to Mackinac Island 246 years ago. That's actually a really interesting story. So get on there and read about it. Meals on Snowmobiles, a winter lifeline on Mackinac Island. And then they have a call for entries opens for Poetic Visions of Mackinac 2026. If you go on their page, you can see where there's submissions. You can also partner with them to maybe do advertising through their website to promote anything that you might have to do with Mackinac. And don't think that I'm not going to do that with the podcast. So you subscribe just by putting your email in, and then they will send it to your email. And then you have constant information coming in from the island. Very excited about this. Cannot wait to have Amanda on from the show. We have been in contact to discuss this a little bit further, what the future plans, how this started, lots of information. And I came across this, like I said, in the fall. Well, I entered our love story and it got chosen. So I'm going to go ahead and read it to you guys. And this was part of the Love on Mackinac series. And it is presented by the Island House with a Once Upon an Island, a spring island event that they're going to be doing dedicated to celebrating the love stories that began on the island or through the island. So, a proposal at the grotto, Heather and Neil's Mackinac Island love story. In October 2023, Heather and her boyfriend Neil arrived on Mackinac Island for a fall getaway at the recently renovated Inn at Stonecliff. For Heather, who hosts Totally Mackinac Island podcast, the trip was a chance to share a place she loved deeply with the person she loves most. From the start, this stay felt memorable. The warmth and hospitality at the Inn at Stonecliff stood out immediately. Their room offered sweeping views, and small, thoughtful touches, including a bag of treats from the general store, set the tone for the weekend. They spent their first afternoon in a pizza-making class with other couples, laughing and sharing stories and soaking in the sunshine. That evening, live acoustic music drifted across the patio. Even after heading back to their room, Heather left the window open so that music could carry them into the night. Actually love that. It was so wonderful. The next morning brought crisp October air and a round of golf at Wawashkamo Golf Club, Mackinac Island's oldest course. With autumn colors surrounding them, the outing felt more like an adventure than a game as they biked through the island, Neil balancing golf bags over his shoulder. I'm going to say this as a side note. You don't know you're really on Mackinac until you see somebody riding with their golf bag. Later that day, Neil suggested a walk around the property. Hand in hand, they explored the recreation center. Oh my God. I just said recreation. I gotta leave that in. Recreation center. Oh my gosh. Please bear with me, guys. And nearby grounds before heading toward the grotto, a quiet lawn Heather had heard sometimes used for weddings. As they reached the fountain, Heather mentioned needing to find a bathroom and turned to head back up the hill. Neil stopped her. Wait a minute, he said, taking her hand. He told her he had a question to ask and admitted he did not have a ring, and in that moment nothing else mattered. Standing there in a place that already held her heart, Neil asked her to spend forever with him. She said yes. What had already been a magical weekend became unforgettable. Later, that moment was captured in a lasting way. As a wedding gift, Heather received a painting of the grotto fountain commissioned by her cousin Libby and created by artist Aaron Rice. Today, it hangs alongside of a photo of Heather and Neil at the fountain, making where their next chapter began. Mackinac has a way of holding on to moments like this. Sometimes it's where love grows. Sometimes it's where everything changes. And then below it says, does Mackinac Island hold a chapter of your love story? If Mackinac is part of your love story, share it for a chance to be featured in the Mackinac Island Free Press. So you guys, get on there and share your love stories. So many of you have reached out to me to share your stories, your weddings, all of that. I love that. So get on there. Do it. I love it. Okay, so another exciting situation. We are heading back to Mackinac in October, and it was going to be over the Fudge Festival, but it turns out my best friend and her husband, we're all going Halloween weekend. That's right, folks. I cannot wait. I already have the costume picked out. You're not going to know until that weekend, but let me just tell you, it's amazing. And we are very excited. Kelly has been there before, but her husband Mark has never been, so we're very excited to take him. We're looking to stay at the Village Inn Suites. They are located above Kingston Kitchen. It's got 2 bedrooms and a full kitchen, which is great for us. So that way we have the option if we want to get up and eat in there or just hang out. There's a little balcony. Super excited. I've stayed there before. Can't say enough about it. Okay, so next I wanted to go into the events, the calendar that they have on their homepage, which is MackinacIsland.org. This is where I get a lot of my information, guys. So I know that sometimes you don't want to do it. This is what I come on here to do. They've really stepped up their game in here because now if you want to plan your trip, what's great is that you can look up the rates and it will show you all the different hotels that are available at that date. So it might give you an option that you never thought about doing. So we're going to go into the upcoming events. Starting on February 28th, there's the Twilight Turtle Trek, and that is through the Mackinac Island State Park. And from what I understand, you snowshoe through there. And there's lanterns all over the island, which when you do the Mackinac Island carriage tour, they will point out where the lanterns hang on the trees sometimes. May 1st, Fort Mackinac is opening. May 8th, the Mackinac Island State Park Visitor Center opens. May 8th, also, the Milliken Nature Center opens. Also on May 8th is the Richard and Jane Manoogian Art Museum. So May 9th weekend is the Fort to Fort 5 Mile Challenge. May 16th, Mackinac Birds and Blossoms. May 25th, Memorial Day Observation. June 5th, Lilacs and Warblers Birding Adventure. June 5th, the Lilac Festival complimentary admission to the Art Museum. So June 6th, this is when the Lilac Festival is also going to be starting. So some of this stuff that I'm going to be telling you, but these are all the other businesses that are opening on June 6th. The American Fur Company Store and Dr. Beaumont Museum, the Benjamin Blacksmith You've got the Biddle House featuring the Mackinac Island Native American Museum, British Landing Nature Opening Center for that day on June 6th, McGulpin House. Then there's Movie at the Fort, which it looks like it could be The Wizard of Oz. The special Lilac Festival program is on June 6th. Creating the Village of Mackinac Island is on June 9th. June 10th, Mackinac in the 1830s Walking Tour. June 11th, Mackinac Mission Walking Tour. Then June 12th, you can start to sign up to fire the cannon at Fort Mackinac. We did it at Fort Michilimackinac. If you've not had a chance to do this, do it. It's super cool. June 13th, War of 1812 weekend. June 16th, Music Bingo Sunday. June 16th also starts Trivia Tuesdays. All right. Then next we have June 20th, book signing, Mackinac Max's Fudgy Friends. Then we've got Summer Solstice Stroll on June 21st. June 24th is Artist in Resident program. Now to backtrack, for the Lilac Festival, on June 6th, they also have the Lilac Festival 10K, which is super fun to do a run-walk version. And then on the 14th is the Lilac Festival Grand Parade. July 4th is W.T. Rabe Stone Skipping Competition, fireworks, and 4th of July celebrations. July 10th through the 14th, Chicago Yacht Club Race to Mackinac. July 18th through the 21st, the Bayview Mackinac Race. July 25th, the Vintage Baseball Game with Mackinac State Historic Parks. Then you've got September 12th, the Mackinac Island 8-Mile Run. October 2nd and the 3rd, the Mackinac Island Fall Fudge Festival. Then we've got October 23rd through the 25th, the Mackinac Island Halloween Weekend. And on the 24th, there's the Great Turtle Trail Run, which I'm not going to lie, I think I might do it. I'm going to just walk it because we're going to be there, so why the heck not? Okay, so since we are going on the Halloween weekend, I thought I would share with you what is going on. So that is October 23rd through the 25th, but we would actually go up on Thursday. So we go the 22nd through the 25th because I like to get up there and have a day where before everybody comes in, because believe it or not, it actually gets busy. It's super fun. Okay, so what they have going on, this is what they share on their website. Halloween comes earlier on Mackinac Island, and you won't want to miss it. This weekend typically marks the last big weekend before most island businesses close for the season. Celebrate the fun with the Great Turtle Trail Run, trick-or-treating for kids throughout downtown shops, and Halloween costume parties and live music for adults throughout the island establishments in the evening. So it's a Great Turtle Trail half marathon or 5.7 mile run and walk. I will do the 5.7 mile run and walk. This marks the 30th year for one of the most scenic trail events in the state. Join over 2,200 participants running and walking inside the trails of Mackinac Island during the last open weekend of the season. This event is generally the Saturday of Mackinac Island's Halloween weekend and begins around 10:30 a.m. The downtown trick-or-treating, which is so cute to watch. Join Mackinac Island downtown businesses for a spooktacular afternoon for Halloween fun. On Saturday, October 24th, from 3 to 4:30, kids and kids at heart are invited to dress up in their favorite costumes and trick-or-treat at participating downtown businesses. So basically what you see is lines formed all around the streets, up and down, and it's like the kids the business owners stand outside and they hand out the candy. It's so cute. And adults dress up too. Live music and adult costume parties. The Halloween spirit doesn't end with trick-or-treating. Stick around after dark for live music and late-night costume parties all weekend long in downtown Mackinac Island. From festive cocktails to dancing in your best spooky or silly attire, it's a perfect way for adults to celebrate Halloween Island style. Grab your friends, dress to impress, and get ready for unforgettable nights of fun this Halloween weekend. Okay, so this I'm actually going to finally do. The Haunted Trail and Maze at Grand Hotel. Aaron Rice, they always go and dress up, and so I've got to do it. Brave the haunted trail and maze at the Grand Hotel. Wander through spooky twists, turns, and wooden paths filled with live actors and surprises at every corner, all while helping support the nonprofit Give Kids the World. A must-do for thrill seekers looking for a hauntingly good time. Yes, my ankles will be wrapped, so in case I fall. And so this is what they have for the entire weekend. On that Friday the 24th, there is from 3 to 8, Pirate Ship Pop-Up Bar at Arnold Transit Main Dock. 6 to 10, Haunted Trail and Maze at Grand Hotel. Guests 12 and under free. Non-guests $10. Proceeds give the world's kid. Evening, there's live music and entertainment at Mary's. Bistro Draft House featuring Wixie and the Rocks. 9 to 11, Gatehouse featuring karaoke night. 9 to 2, Horns Gaslight Bar featuring Teabag, which they are really fun. That name cracks me up. And the Pink Pony, of course, with Mike Rise from 9 to 2 a.m. 11:30 p.m., free screening of Rocky Horror Picture Show at Mission Point Theater. Free admission under 18 with adult supervision. So Saturday is the Great Turtle Trail Run. 12 to 3, drop in paint a pumpkin fall crafts at Watercolor Cafe. It's a free event. 3 to 4:30, downtown trick-or-treating. 3 to 8, Pirate Pop-Up Bar at Arnold Transit Main Dock. 6 to 10, Haunted Trail Maze again at Grand Hotel. 9 to 1, the Gatehouse featuring a DJ. 9 to 2, Kingston Kitchen featuring a DJ, which is going to be nice because we're staying right above it. 9 to 2, Horns Gaslight Bar featuring Teabag. 9 to 2, Pink Pony featuring Mike Rise. 10 to 12, Mary's Bistro Draft House. 10 to 2 a.m., Mustang Lounge featuring A-list DJ. And 10 to 2 a.m., Patrick Dowd's Irish Pub featuring A-list DJs. Lots of nighttime activities, so we will be bouncing around. I'm really going to try and rally. So I'm super excited to be heading back up there at that time. Because it's just such a fun time for everything. And I look forward to, I love Halloween and I love fall. So how can you go wrong with that? Okay. So one thing I also want to do is share a few things, social media wise for some people or places that I follow and gives you invaluable information to learn about the island. I will have these down in the show notes so you can also start doing them. Of course, the first one is the Mackinac Island Free Press. Be sure to follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Most of my followings are on Instagram. I'm not really on Facebook much, so I tend to follow more on Instagram. The next one is going to be Nicole's Little Moments. That is Nicole Dowd of Little Luxuries of Mackinac. And she shares her own little moments. She also has a blog. Also follow her on Little Luxuries because she does a blog also about Mackinac. Valuable information. And then, of course, Mackinac Island, which is going to be Mackinac Isle, I-S-L-E. So there they share all of the upcoming events, what's going on at the time, and it's really fun to see. And you can get on there, click in their link bio, and it'll take you right to the MackinacIsland.org page. I will have all of that information down for you in the show notes. Okay, guys. Well, we covered a lot. That was fun. I am super excited to keep sharing more information with you guys. So keep listening and be sure to share with everybody else about it. And if you don't mind, please go down and give the podcast a like and a review because every little bit helps get the information out there for more people to listen as I continue to rebuild the podcast after taking some time off. All right, that concludes this week's episode. I look forward to talking to you next time about our favorite place, Mackinac Island. Totally Mackinac Island is written, produced, and edited by me, Heather.